Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Taurus. So Taurus, are you ready for your reading today? It feels like it's beginning with a lot of self-sufficiency and independence from your part, but it feels like the universe takes over because you have become so steady. So I've done your reading with my own deck, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. And we start off right away with the Nine of Pentacles. So this card is talking about this independence of yours, right? In a very practical sense, in perhaps a financial manner too. Perhaps you have gained this stability from your work or from some sort of endeavor, professional endeavor that you have sought yourself out to, take a risk, and it's paying off. But the interesting thing that I'm seeing today with this image of this Nine of Pentacles, well, first of all, the way I'm seeing is that you're this pentacle in the middle between these two walls. But the way that I'm seeing today for you, Taurus, is that it's almost like you're bridging the gap. You are the one who is stretching yourself out to connect two timelines is how it's coming through. Because the way that I'm seeing, it's like you are jumping from a building to the other, right? It's almost like you're jumping from this building to the other, but with confidence and with this knowing that you're gonna make it to the other side. And there is a lot of confidence and independence. It's like you're this self-sufficiency. It's like this credibility. It's like you believe in yourself, Taurus. You know what you're capable of. You know your worth, right? So this is very, very powerful. But it's interesting because this image of jumping out of a window, putting yourself at risk, but knowing that you're gonna reach the other side safe and sound. It's almost like you're in motion, and it's almost like time is slowing down because you're in the middle, right? So it feels like you are bridging this gap, but it's almost like this very bodily experience, like very empowered, very strong, right? Knowing that you're capable of reaching some sort of very brave goal, right? But the interesting thing, after this Nine of Pentacles came with this very strong message of self-sufficiency, of believing in yourself, of being capable of overcoming, obstacles, but not obstacles that were presented to you. I feel like this is you putting yourself in this challenging position because you want to prove to yourself that you're capable of overcoming it with your own strength, right? With your own like not needing anyone to help you, right? So this is a very, very strong self-confidence, right? But the three cards that followed are talking about like, it feels to me that these three cards are talking about you learning, because as I said here, it's almost like you're in this middle of this grand act, right? Jumping out of a window, just taking this leap of faith. But it's not faith in the universe, it's faith in yourself. It's this full awareness of your own abilities, of your own just your own power, right? Knowing that you can make it. But it's like this full control over your body, but not only your body, also your thoughts. This is what I think it's going on, and it feels like this process of controlling your mind, of slowing down your thoughts, of just getting to this point of perfection that there is no busyness in your mind, there is no excess of thought, there is no distraction, right? Because here we go, after this Nine of Pentacles, we go from the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Swords to the Four of Swords. So it feels to me that this is like this process of learning how to control the busyness of your mind, or the activity that is it's like this hyper awareness of your mind that is so your antennas are so tuned in, are so aware, right? That it's just with these two cards, especially with this Ten of Swords, it's like you're receiving these signals from everything, right? So you're absorbing a lot of knowledge, actually. It's what it's coming through with this Ten of Swords today. But it feels to me like you had to it's almost like you were being guided here. You know, you were being taught how to control the reception of all of these thoughts, of all of these signals that were surrounding you, right? And here you are, because it was like this, you know, this Nine of Swords was just below this Nine of Pentacles. That's what I'm saying. This is almost like this slowing down of you jumping out of this window, of you taking this leap of faith and faith in yourself, you know, with this full awareness, with this very conscious mind and your hyper aware body. It's like this full control over your mind and body. It's how it's coming through this Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. But I feel like here is where it's like you learn how to dominate your mind, right? It's so because here you are in this, you know, as I said, here you were jumping out of a building onto another one, and here it's almost like you see this previously, right, with your mind before your body begins the action. It's almost like you're seeing it. And so because you're seeing it in advance, right, it's almost like this slowing down of these milliseconds of the action. So you're it's like this future vision, but it's like so quick, it's so fast, right? You're anticipating, you're foreseeing what your body is going to enact, what your body is going to how your body is going to move, right? And so here, this Four of Swords, it's coming down with this, it's coming through with this slowing down, right? You have come to this point of, it's like your mind hold the thought that is necessary for the exact perfect move that you have to do in that exact moment. Why can't I say that? Yeah, because there is no need for words. That's why I'm so confused, right? There is silence. This is what this Four of Swords is saying. There is silence. There is no need for words. So they're not all jumbled up in your head. It's like this, you know, and when you get to this silence, it's when you act with perfection, right? And so here, it's not only you taking control over your mind and your thoughts, and therefore your body, your movement, right? Your physical life, your practical decisions. I feel like you also surrender to bigger forces because of the 3 cards that came after this 4 of Swords. So this process of learning how to control your mind feels like, because as I said, with this 10 of Swords, I feel like you're being taught how to do it, right? And so when the moment of busyness and this crowded mind, right, with a lot of thoughts going on, it's almost like this teaching, right? And the teaching is coming from these energies with this very powerful and transformative, you know, universal, higher dimensional forces, right? With the world, the justice, and the magician. And so because we have justice in the middle, it's almost like you're learning. As I said here, this is making sense now. So with this 9 of Pentacles, the image that I was seeing was you bridging the gap between 2 very tall buildings, right? It's almost like you were taking this leap and jumping out of a window, taking an immense risk, right? But knowing that you could make it because you were being supported by, you know, these universal powers, right? That are backing you up, because you have this balance. And the balance is in the movement. But you're learning how to do it by controlling your mind. And so it's interesting because, you know, this balance is being this perfect point in the middle between the world, which is the last card of the major arcana, and the magician, which is number 1, right? It comes right after the Fool, which is interesting because the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, right? So this is the leap of faith, but you're doing it in a very conscious way, in a very aware way, that you are being guided, that your body is like super tuned in. It's like you have learned how to do this in a way that is not foolish, right? You have come this very long path, right? You have ended this cycle and you're bridging the gap with so much balance to initiate this new cycle with this powerful being that you are, you know, very self-confident, very self-sufficient, knowing your resources, knowing your skills, know your capabilities of being able to achieve whatever you just set out to do, right? And knowing how your mind, being in this stillness, in this very, it's like this rest place, but it's not passive, it's very active. But the activity that is going on, it's like this very subtle energy that is moving through you, that just penetrates your mind and guides your movement with a lot of balance, right? Because you are, it's almost like you are this bridge that it's like this, the way that is coming through is like saying goodbye to your old world and saying hi, you know, being welcomed by this powerful, very, very magical being that's, you know, on the other side. And it's almost like you know that you're gonna make it to the other side because there is an energy that is there to greet you, right? So I feel like there is no sorrow, there is no sadness, there is no it's just this very steady mind and body and focus, and it's like you know that this has a bigger purpose for you, right? And so you being the stability in the middle, it's almost like there is no fear. There is no fear, even though you're ending, you know, this huge cycle. You're saying goodbye to this old building that is staying behind you, right? You're just jumping out of this window, just knowing that wherever you land, it's going to be the perfect place for you to put into practice whatever you have learned along the way with this magician. Because now you do know the resources that you have, right? And not only that, you know the power that you hold within you to, you know, to make it all happen for you, to create this abundance, right? But with a lot of magic within it, with a lot of beauty. It's how it's coming through, right? Not saying that here there wasn't any beauty. It's just that here it's more visible to your eyes, at least, Taurus, right? Because here it's too today, in comparison, you know, these two, just keeping this scale balanced, this feels a little bit dry, and this feels a little bit moistured, or what's the word, just more magical, just more enchanting, right? So this is where this part of your reading ends. I'm going to pull more cards to see where it wants to go next. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes that I made as a final guidance for you, Taurus. So if you want to come to the extended with me, I'll be happy to see you there. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.